This is my Group 3 racing lawnmower, and this is a Group 4. In this video, I'm going to race one for the very first time and see how we get on. Let's get into it. And if you've watched one of my videos before, you will notice this is a very different lawnmower for me. So a Group 3 and a Group 4 are actually pretty different. So Stu, a fellow racer, normally races Group 3, has built one of these for the 12-hour. And so it needs some shaking down. And so he let me have a go, and I'm going to take you through 2 races on 2 different weekends and share with you what I learned, because these things are fun to drive. So we're going to jump right in to the first race. Now, the camera didn't start for the first bit, so we've started at the back, and so we're going to run through this race now. This was a really fun race, and my first one ever on one of these lawnmowers. So they're much bigger, they're wider, these Group 4s, and this thing especially. Now, this is a Murray wide body. They originally looked like this, and that means they're much bigger, and so they've been incredible to race. For the past couple of years, after Kenny and Alfie first rocked up on one, they've sort of become the norm in this Group 4. So my first go on one of these, and it is a load of fun. You can carry so much momentum through the corners. Look at this down here. You can just swing in, and we're going to take a position there, just carrying so much momentum. Now, we're racing Billy Callow. He's on a Huffy, that very small, very light, agile mower up front. But you can see we are a little bit quicker through the mid-corner. Just with the mower being that little bit wider, that top corner, we're normally braking for on a Group 3, but on this thing, you just seem to turn it in. It's got so much grip, and actually he has a little bit of a bump there, gets up on 2 wheels, and so we do manage to slot our way through. So already gaining a couple of positions in our first ever race. I was very happy about this. Now, the big difference I will mention is that on a Group 3, they're much more top heavy, and so they're very easy to come off of, and bumps really affect you. You have to be very balanced on them. And then once I hopped on this, I found that you didn't have to have all of that, and so you could just swing around a corner, smash over the bumps, and it wasn't really a problem. Now you can see here how much I'm leaning. This is something I've developed from racing on my Group 3, that actually the guys on the Group 4s, we will see in a minute, don't do that. So looking a bit silly here, but definitely something that's instinctive for me. Now, I did find that having raced this circuit so much this weekend on a Group 3, I really knew where all the bumps were, and so I could hit them right on this thing. And here's going to be my first reaction to driving this. Oh, it's so good. You almost don't need to brake. You just turn it in and it scrubs off speed. Wow, that is mad. When you're used to a bug, that breaks your brain.
Yeah, it does. It's just easy.
So thanks to Stu for letting me have a go there, but that wasn't my final go, so we're going to hop on for a second race. But first I want to show you how someone does it properly. Now, this is Kenny. He's been battling right at the front here, and so we stuck the camera on his mower. Gonna mess up my aero. Mess up my aero package. Now we're gonna hop on for one of his sprint races. He was battling, yeah, as I say, at the front of Group 4. So we're gonna see what he's doing well and see how he's driving this, and try and sort of have a look at the driving style. So as we get a launch off, you can see it's almost 4 wide into that top corner, and Kenny's going to stick to the inside and take 2 positions on the way down to turn 1. And so turning in, getting on the throttle nice and early. There's a battle happening just in front between Matt and Dan. They get a bit caught up, and so Kenny manages to keep some momentum around here. Now, one thing that is apparent is that these things are carrying a bit more weight, and so they're a lot bigger than a bug. So actually, they are a bit slower out of the corner as Kenny slots up. And throughout the first lap, he's gone from midway through the pack up into the lead. So we're going to just take a look at what his laps are like when he's in clean air. So going down into this bottom corner, he's turning in nice and wide, sliding the rear around, keeping his body very upright. You can see he's not leaning over like I was, definitely being careful with the bumps, looking at where they are and sort of very much picking a line out to keep as much momentum through the corner. And you can see here, actually, a bump catches him out. He gets up on 2 wheels and he actually skips one of the corners. He said to me after the race, he's like, you better not show that bit where I made a mistake and cut the corner. But yeah, so sorry, Kenny. Here, I don't think it affected the race. Yeah, tiny little mistake there. It shows you these things do bite if you get it wrong, and you do really have to pay attention to the bumps. If you took someone who was very good at karting, yeah, they'd hop on and have one of these things sliding through a corner and handling very well, but you don't have that element of reading the terrain and really hitting very specific points. So that's definitely something that's going on here. You can definitely see Kenny really picking his lines through here. and he's really managed to pull away from the pack just through this short race. These guys, you know, Kenny and Alfie, they are very, very quick, and so even when they're starting midway through the pack towards the back, if people are battling, can really get away. Now I just want you to keep an eye on Kenny's body position here. Like, where on a bug we're having to lean and really manipulate the weight of the bug and riding them on two wheels, I definitely think Kenny here is staying very planted in the seat and keeping the weight very even across the rear axle. And that means that as he turns into the corner, the rear axle obviously is fixed, there's no diff in there, and so both wheels, you're trying to get them sliding so you can rotate the mower and get it driving out and really carry the momentum through. And so I think that's definitely something he's doing, almost using his hips to turn the mower and keep his body weight on there. As we just fly through these next 2 laps, you can see just how consistent he is, and going to come through to finish this race. Now, after learning about that, we're going to see how we got on this same weekend back on Stu's Group 4 to see how we got on for that race.
You know, I was going to expose my secrets. I just completely went off the track and ran around. I did see that.
So after exposing Kenny's secrets, we're going to try and use some of those to go fast ourselves. Now, Stu had kept the same gearing on here, so one thing to know is that it was a bit over geared, so we were quick down the straights but slow out of some of these corners, and that was definitely something I had to compensate for. So we've hopped on just before the race to do a reference lap to try and get a hang of it. Now you can see the controls are similar. There's a clutch on my left foot, and if you have a look at my right foot there, I'm just tapping it on the brakes, and then there is that sort of almost like a button pedal that comes through the cutter deck that I've got my on my foot on for the throttle. You can see there. So some new controls to get a hang of, and the steering was pretty heavy, so that also took some getting used to. So Stu's definitely working on this to get it quick for the 12-hour. So it was a delight to have a go on it. So we're going to get the revs up and drop the clutch, and off we go. So we've got Matt over to the right, who I also believe is making some videos about this, so you should keep an eye out for his channel. Richard Atherton up the inside. I've just tried to squeeze him on the way into the corner, trying to carry some momentum, but he has just got that lower gearing to get the pull out on the way out. So number 63, Richard Atherton, gets in front. Now we've got Alfie, the British champion, number 27, who goes all the way around the outside, making that look very easy. And Nick Clark having a look up the inside of me here. And so he's definitely got that done on the high line there. So you can see it's really close racing. There's a lot more mowers here than there are on the Group 3s. And so the racing is super close, definitely being reverse grid. You can see that. So I do start to gain down the bottom of the track where we're using that higher gearing, getting on the brakes, trying to get it turned in. I'm definitely at this point still using some of the racing lines I was using on the Group 3, but trying to adapt them for this and kind of definitely still learning as we're going. We've got Kenny, our driver from before, all over the back of me, so we're going to see how we get on there. I do actually lose the rear on the way down the inside, but we managed to pick up a position here. You can see Carl Selby runs a little bit wide. We're going to pinch him over to the inside, but he has got the drive up the hill again with better gearing. But Kenny is going to give us a shove, give us a push down the straight as he's trying to get his way past Carl Selby, and he manages to do that by giving us a bump draft. So thank you very much for that. Now he's going to try it all the way around the outside, just dodging that barrier there. And you can see here just how close he was, and he's going to go all the way around the outside of this tight hairpin here. So just really carrying momentum. You can see that's definitely part of it on these things. They do have the same engines as the Group 3s, but they're carrying a fair bit more weight, so you do have to just use the wider track and the longer wheelbase just to glide around the outside of the corner, rather than sort of going into the corner, turning them and pointing and squirting them on the way out. So we're settling in here. All the quick guys have flown by, and so I'm just trying to sort of see what they're doing, learn from them, and try and keep in front of the guys behind me. I was really happy with this, you know, first time on a Group 4, and I'm in the mix, and so I was really happy with that. As you can see, Billy Callow, our fellow racer from before, is going to try up the inside. His mower is definitely very good in a straight line. Being a fair bit lighter and still having the same engine, he's definitely got a load of pull. So we're going to try and battle Matt here and get up the inside, but actually we have a bit of a collision. Billy has a look up the inside here, and I just don't know he's there, so I stick him in the bollards without even knowing. So I'm very sorry about that, Billy. I think he stalled trying to get out of those bollards, so a shame for him. I've ruined his race, but very sorry about that, dude. So now we've got a battle on with Matt in front on the 33. And so he's just getting caught up on some of those bumps, and I'm trying to find a way around. I'm definitely quicker through the apex of some of these corners, and I'm trying to use this high gearing. I had a look up the inside there, but it wouldn't quite fit. These things are much bigger and wider than I'm used to. You can see the front is hopping up and down over some of these ruts, so I'm trying to get a good run on the way out. Now, Matt sticks his hand up. I'm not actually sure what that was for, but he manages to pull away a bit here. So we're going to get on the brakes, try and get nice and wide, swing our way through. I know we had some issues with the bumps there, and we do manage to get up the inside. So learning from the previous lap where we were strong and where Matt was weakest. Now he's all over the back of me. Now I know he's going to have more pull out of the corners with a better gearing setup, and so I'm having to just cover off where he could make a move. He has a look down the inside, and we managed to keep our foot flat. With this lower gearing, it does allow me to get on the throttle very, very early. So we come through there, and we are going to take the checkered flag after an incredible battle. Just giving Matt the thumbs up there. That was great fun. Do keep an eye out for his channel. That's going to be coming soon. But this was incredible fun. So thank you so much to Stu for letting me have a go on one of these. I do hope to have another go soon. But this was a great learning experience on the top class of lawnmower. So, and also thank you to Josh for filming this. You should check out his channel with a link in the description. And we'll see you in the next one.